away from Friday's Security Council vote, the White House is denying reports of Israeli affairs being discussed with Palestinian officials. The impact of this to be seen in a couple days here on Capitol Hill. A ribbon-cutting ceremony for the opening of the Kissimmee Care Foundation was held right here just a few minutes ago to begin supporting families in need throughout the community. This summer, the historic Embassy Theater is introducing Summer Nights at the Embassy, featuring live entertainment, a cash bar, and food from area restaurants. In a little less than a month, this area along Pennsylvania Avenue between the Capitol building and the White House will be flooded with civilians and government officials gathered to witness the peaceful transition of power to President-elect Donald Trump. A fatal accident in the northbound lane here just past the Narcoossee Road intersection has left one pedestrian dead. The victim has been transported, no identification has yet been released, and the scene has since been cleared. In the months following the devastating events that took place here at Pulse Nightclub, we have seen the Orlando community come together to support and remember all of the victims and those affected by the horrible massacre. For the next 2 seasons, Bryce Harper will be under contract with the Nationals. Whether he plans on staying in D.C. after that is still up in the air. After a successful homecoming here at Bishop Moore High School, former Hornet, Seattle Seahawk, and current assistant coach Bob Spitolski retired his jersey. Morning commuters were stuck in their usual traffic jams along the 417, but not for the normal reasons. A brush fire along this embankment threatened homes and caused the road to shut down. Firefighters are currently on scene and we will keep you updated. The safe haven law has been in place for years, but the Woodburn Fire Department is the first in Indiana to implement the safe haven baby box drop-off, where women can anonymously hand over their newborns. On this beautiful Memorial Day in Fort Wayne, family and friends have gathered for a parade, but also to remember those who have paid the ultimate price. Right now, one person is in custody as a result of a shooting in Orlando. Police say they were called to the fountains at Millennia Apartments on Millennia Boulevard just before 11 last night. Time magazine has named its Person of the Year. Donald Trump beat out Hillary Clinton and Russian President Vladimir Putin for the title. This morning on the Today Show, he said it was a great honor. He also talked about taking tough action against companies that move their businesses out of the United States. Caught on camera, a thief lighting up his own Christmas with decorations stolen from someone else's yard. Sanford police say they've had at least 4 reports so far of stolen decorations. That includes a family upset someone swiped their beloved decoration sometime on Monday. A new exit ramp from I-4 eastbound to Maitland Boulevard westbound opened overnight. It'll take you beneath the overpass. The ramp that's been in place for years, where drivers had to make a sweeping left turn, will be demolished. The search for victims of that deadly warehouse fire in California is finally over. Coming up, why authorities have now declared a state of emergency for the area. Stay with us.
Shock and disbelief.
Shock, absolutely. Absolutely.
Heartbreak.
These are the words that come to mind when Janine and Wally Goodnow recall their reaction when they heard about the tragic shooting on the news and through their son, who was not at the nightclub himself, but who lost a close friend, Edward Top Hat Eddie Sotomayor. Since then, they have done their part to ease the pain felt in the hearts of so many by contributing largely to the memorial.
Well, we started with this top hat for Eddie. He's a friend of my son's, or our son's. His name was Top Hat Eddie, so that was built for him.
I took a walk along the memorial fence line as the Goodnows showed me the pieces that they created, in their own words, out of love and support for the victims. Flowers, messages, paintings, and an outpouring of love continue to surround Pulse Nightclub over 6 months after the shooting. The newest addition by the Goodnows, this memorial with the names and photos of all 49 victims. Months after the attack, emotions still run high for visitors like Nancy Dolniak.
There's so many young people who like to enjoy being out, having fun, and they don't expect to have their life end at night. It's just totally wrong.
Visitors like Michael Wright and John Pohl are still devastated by the loss of innocent lives, but they are also recognizing positive moves forward.
People came together. I mean, I think it caused more good in the long run, so their names aren't forgotten. I mean, look, this is beautiful.
In the words of Edward Top Hat Eddie Sotomayor,
Do as much good as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. Eddie Sotomayor. And that's what we've tried to do here in honor of him. In his memory, he must be here. I feel a little goosebumps.
Hundreds of spectators lined Parnell Avenue earlier today as they watched the annual Memorial Day Parade, a Fort Wayne tradition that has been in place for decades. Parade attendant Rob Nair talks about why he decided to come to the event.
I'd like to pay my homage to the vets. I'm a veteran myself, retired Air Force, so just here to support our military and all our veterans.
Douglas Egoff's son is the JROTC battalion commander at Concordia High School, and he says he is proud to see his son follow in the footsteps of his uncle Roger, who lost his life in battle.
My uncle was killed. I never got to meet my uncle Roger, and I wish I had. Very proud of him though. That's why I named my son after him.
Following the parade was the Memorial Day ceremony, where the memorial wreaths were presented and guest speakers shared a few words. Among the speakers was Indiana State Senator Joe Donnelly, who speaks on what Memorial Day means to him.
This is just about America. It's not whether you're for this or for that. It's to honor those who served our country, who lost their lives in battle, and who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that here in Indiana we can have a wonderful life, and in this country we can.
Allen County Council of Veterans Commander Dennis Hayes says that Memorial Day is about honoring those who wrote a blank check to defending their country.
Memorial Day is not our day. That is Veterans Day when you honor the veterans. Today is about the ones that have went before you and paid the ultimate price.
While Memorial Day is a day off to spend with family and friends, it is important to remember the meaning behind the day. Home of the free because of the brave. In Fort Wayne, Samantha Zarek, WFFT Local News, first at 10.